All right, so we have formally entered the holiday season where real estate slows down and people take time with their families, going to events, throwing parties, and doing their own thing. So every year in real estate, we have a cycle. During the spring and summer months, things get really busy. A lot of people are buying, a lot of people are selling. But then during the winter months here towards this time of year, when all the holidays are, things get really slow because people want to be with their families and they don't want that to be disrupted by having to move in the middle of it. Now things are already slow, like the rates have been generally pretty high and it slowed things down dramatically. Now things are already really slow because the government has raised the interest rates, which has eroded affordability. So people generally aren't wanting to buy and people generally aren't wanting to sell. It's on both fronts. And if you saw my market update from a couple weeks ago, you saw that the real estate market has as many transactions now as they did in 2008. And I just want to clarify with that because that's a little bit misleading, and I had a couple of people ask me questions after. Just because there's as many transactions as there was in 2008 does not mean that we're having the same crash, because we are absolutely not having the same crash. Generally, we have to see about a 35% drop in home values for the real estate market to be considered crashing, and we haven't seen that. We're just seeing things go very, very slowly. And even though things are going in slowly, the reason they're not crashing is largely because the people who do own houses, they don't have to sell. Whereas in 2008, they had bad loans and they had to sell. Now, most people have really good loans. And so they're not backed into a corner and they don't have to sell. So there are a lot of differences between then and now. And then some good news is that the interest rates actually dropped recently. They were about lower sevens, but now they're about mid sixes. So they're doing a lot better. And we're already seeing that reflected in the real estate market. Demand has actually gone up just a little bit. We have 10 more pending sales this week than we did from 2 weeks ago. I know it doesn't sound like very much, but this is during a time when pending sales and also inventory is generally going down because of the holiday market. So we're really hoping that next year rates continue to go down, but really no one knows. At this point, everyone's been wrong about what they thought was going to happen. That said, just because of the seasonal cycles of real estate, we do expect both demand and inventory to go up next year. And just because things are slower at this time of year does not mean that it's a bad time to buy or sell. It just means that things happen a little bit differently and things are a little bit slower. Typically around this time of year, the days on market goes up by only 2 days. But in the last couple of weeks, the average days on market has actually gone down by 8 days. It was 89 days on market, now it's 81 days on market just because of the decreased interest rate. And so there's been, like I said, that slight increase in demand. And then as the month progresses, that will probably adjust, depending on how things go, but on average, an additional 2 days. So from 81 to 83 days on market. But that's just a general principle. Honestly, the market has been really volatile recently. So it's like trying to say this is gonna happen is really unreliable. And frankly, at this point, anyone who says they know what's gonna happen is full of it. Now, they can have a really good idea, but to say you know exactly what's gonna happen, no one knows. So anyways, if you are thinking of buying or selling during this time, there's just some different things. For some people, it's a good time. For some people, it's all right. It's the same, it's no different. And for some people, it's not the best time to buy. Just your situation is different from the person down the road from you. So if you're thinking about it and you'd like to see if it's a good time for you, feel free to text, call, respond to this email, anything, and I'd be more than happy to help you. Have a great day, guys. Bye.